Oh, hi, Oni. That is insane timing. I just posted to the Discord too. Too funny, too funny. Hopefully you're having a good day. Wait, what time is it for you if you just woke up? What time? Hello, Val. Merry Christmas. I hope you're doing well today. Today there will be no sussy voice lines. It's 3 p.m. Oh, right. Wait, did we cover this already? You're Aussie then. Right? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie? Or is it New Zealand? No, it's Aussie, right? I don't know, I'm bad with details. Also, you don't have to dox yourself, I was just curious. Holy. My thighs are so fucked today. Maybe I should do my squats without weights next time because oh my god, my legs are so dead. I just like tried to cross my legs and they were just in pure pain. Deep breaths. Well, I'm glad you got to see your little bean. Very happy for you. When's it my turn to get a relationship? I need to get myself a little bean too. Alright, so yesterday, before I ended stream, I got my ass handed to me by a bear. Killed another bear. Thank you for the bits. It's very sweet, lamb. And Merry Christmas to you too. Stretch? Let me pause my game and actually stretch. I'm not gonna stand up. Oh. Okay. Alright. But yeah, lamb, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Did you get up to anything fun? Got 3 goats. Got a couple pigs. I need to plant some flax. I gotta do stuff. Also, They're German. You're playing, um, you're playing on hard mode. That is a difficult task, but I do hope it works out. I hope that you two are very, you know, enjoying each other's company as much as you can, and things continue to go well. Oh, will it? It's March 4th, so I thought it wouldn't be too bad, but I was gonna do flax, because flax can handle -5, so I was thinking it might be okay. Should I wait? Wait, okay. Then I'll do a low temperature resistant vegetable or plants like the rye and the turnip or parsnips. And we'll throw in some carrots too. Do it next time I sleep, maybe? Yeah, I can wait one day. It's already midday anyway, so what's waiting one more day? Yeah. What am I doing? Where am I going? I didn't... See, I knew this would happen, but I killed, dumbass over here. That didn't work. Okay. My map is starting to get cluttered, and it's making my life a little harder. Alright then, so what I'll do is I'll spend today working on my farm. I'll make the farm bigger. Or I'll spend the rest of the night getting my farm bigger. I'm beginning it. It's not the greatest, but I'm gonna stick with medium fertility soil. I really gotta clear out my throat and actually prep before I stream. So yeah, what did you guys all do for Christmas today? Did anyone have any good, I guess just good days? Anyone enjoy their Christmas more than usual? Or was it kind of just like mixed bag? Hell yeah, big plans. I love to hear it. I just saw that, so I was delayed on that, but still, super happy for you that you and your little bean have special plans. You had a big dinner. Okay, big dinners are good. Damn, these are all low quality. Low fertility, forest floor, medium, grass. Damn, where is all the... Did I already take all the medium soil? I know there's medium fertility soil somewhere around here. I spent my Christmas kind of alone. Not a bad thing, or not the worst thing in the world, but certainly not something to write home about. Yeah, it's okay though. Lots of people very busy at this time of year. My family, I'm sure, would have been happy to have me, but I didn't want to go there, so here I am. Hold on, I'm getting lots of messages. I have 5 unreads. What the fuck? What did I miss? Oh, it's my friend. I don't know what Ozo is, but hopefully it was yummy. I feel like I know the name. I think I've heard it. Oh no, they're just gonna keep messaging me for a little bit, so that's fine. I'm just gonna ignore it while I'm busy. Um, it's not important. I have a lunch day planned with a friend of mine though for Monday, so that's nice. You can't see the look on my face, but it's not a thrilled one. Licorice and vodka don't sound good. Neither of those sound good. I don't like licorice, I don't like vodka. But if you like it, I'm happy for you. But yeah, no, I'm gonna meet a friend for the first time that I met online as a friend, you know, gaming and whatnot. And I'm gonna try to cook something so they can try right before we eat. So I like making people try food. It gives me an excuse to cook something that I like. I see, I see. So she's like, you like this stuff? Here's this stuff that you like. I've seen you drink it before. Now drink it again. And also, you and your friend meeting, or your friend being from Germany, I immediately did think, oh, I wonder if they're from VR chat. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Most long distance anything that happens is usually because, like, you know, meet through, you know, just meet people online. My friend, I met them on VR chat too. My game froze. Okay, it unfroze. There we go. I just realized trying to expand my farm in the winter, or in the frozen months, not gonna be easy, because I have to break everything. I can't even see, because it's dark, and I didn't bring a torch. I am so smart. Temperature is currently 0°C so far. Motherfucker. Can you fuck off, please? I don't like that you lunged like that. Nope, I'm being sniped. Alright, it seems that my nighttime excursion is over already. It's not allowed to do things. At least I didn't get jump scared this time. You guys might have not have been here at that point, but I was getting jump scared left and fucking right the other day. Where are you? Are you out here? What's really stupid is I don't need to do it the way that I'm doing. I know I could technically just do it another way. I don't know. I just like the aesthetic though, so I've just been maintaining it. Nutrients are all over the place right now. Growing rye. Yeah, these crops never dying is kind of crazy. Kind of lucky. Aw, that's actually such, like, good luck, too. Very serendipitous. I'm very happy to hear that for you. I'm sure you're like, heart jumped. You're like, oh my god, it's you. Hopefully she remembered you too. Even if not, you guys obviously made a connection regardless, so, you know, hell yeah. If only I could. Oh, motherfucker! I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna fucking scream. I fucking hate everything. God damn it. Of course I fell in the water. Of course I fell in the water. Why wouldn't you fall in the water, you know? Why not? Anyway. It's fine, I needed food anyway. Didn't even matter. Yeah, none of this matters, whatever. 16 of these, we got a lot of meat. And now I can make 3 pies out of this. And then we'll make the 4th pie out of these. Wait, no, I did my math wrong. Well, I guess I could do like they're like not fully filled pies. That's bad min-maxing. What am I doing? make stew? I like making pies though, no? Are pies not like ideal for me? Or stew's better? I actually don't know the answer. Don't worry, you'll get meat too. Oh, I see. Well then, I did not know this. Oh well, I'm just gonna be lazy for now. Well, lazy in air quotes. I'm making a pie. Multi-step process. Wait, ooh. Different Discord, very good. I actually would love to try like an Australian meat pie one day. I feel like that sounds really good on paper, you know? I could go up high. Dumbbell with the like first grade insults. You are a pie. Oh, that's not an insult. I see, I see. I also am stupid, I think. 4 dough per pie. No, I did right. Well, no, it just sounds like something you'd say to someone, like, you're a pie, if for whatever silly reason, you know? It doesn't mean anything, but people would say it as a, like, confused child's insult, you know? Let's see. It's currently -60 outside, so yeah, not too bad. My cat is using up my workspace, of course, because why not? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop. Now I weigh it. Oh, look, I can actually see it changing. I didn't notice that before. Okay, so I always talk about rock climbing. I haven't been rock climbing in months, and like, it's gross, but all of my fingertips have been peeling, and it's just frustrating because it's like, it feels messy, and like, it looks bad, and it feels like slightly rough to the touch. So it's like, I would be very cautious to like touch people, like, not in an inappropriate way, but like literally just like finger contact, because it's like, you know, it's a rough texture. So it occurred to me like, I have to get something like to exfoliate all this crap off my fingers. Yeah, I never noticed, but you can actually see slight changes to the pie, little by little. It's actually kind of cool. Down. So I've got some strong tannin there, weak tannin, weak tannin, weak tannin. This one's becoming weak tannin. Unfortunately, yeah, I need to wait for this run for 6 more hours, and then once I do, I can turn that into strong tannin with 5 more logs. Progress. I'm gonna need this, and I'm gonna need another one, so I might as well make it while I wait for the pies. Hello, Crusading Seal. How are you doing today? Bruh, I got jump scared so many times last night, and it was like I got murdered by bears. It was fucking awful. I got murdered by like 3 different bears. I got my revenge. I used pits, and I got them all back, so, you know, I evened the score, but it still was frustrating, and I was like yelling a lot. Monsters were jump scaring me, fucking bears. It was bad. It was real fucking bad. Oh. Yeah, you've been busy? Busy with what? Like Christmas stuff? Doing stuff with your family? What's it been like? Also, Val, you know what? I just realized I'm gonna take an edible. Fuck this shit. I've been sober all day, last few days. I was with family, dealing with their bullshit. And you know what? I need to get high. I've got this entire little brick that I gotta go through anyway. Not brick, but like wheel. Family hosted brunch and you were busy? 3.5 grams in your stockings. That's so cool your family's actually chill with you smoking weed. My dad still calls weed dope. So that should give you an idea of how they feel about weed. And grown man still says dope. You smoking dope? Not even joking on that, by the way. I actually thought about growing it once. Deal, wait, you got 3.5 grams, that's right. No, that's sick. Like, again, I'm not like the biggest weed connoisseur, okay? I, in fact, am very bad with things like weed because, like, it makes my stomach hurt a little bit, but at the same time, I do like being high to a degree. And believe me when I say this, I buy the cheap stuff. I buy the cheap stuff. I get edibles, and they're always the bargain of the bargain. Like, I'll buy 100 grams of whatever. Always sativa, because I feel like I'm already too tired for indica. But, I get like the $9 100 grams. Or milligrams, I mean. Milligrams, sorry. I always mess that up. But you know what I mean. Ugh. They don't taste amazing, but I eat one every couple days or maybe like two over the weekend or something. I don't know. Oh, really? That's inconvenient. Hey, motherfucker, you're about to start shitting at me, aren't you? Yeah, I saw that. No, no, no. Where you going? Can you stop juking me? Oh my god, I'm just gonna run in a straight line next time. I am so bad at killing things. Sometimes. It's kind of rare that I show up for movies and stuff in, like, VR because, I don't know, I feel like I'm lazy. But I always do like to show up even just to say hi. I should also point out, like, when it comes to movies in general, I am incredibly lazy. Like, I would much rather be doing something than just sitting and watching a movie. But they are nice sometimes. Like, for me, a movie is like my settle down and fall asleep activity. Oh, I forgot to cut my pies. I'm guessing I can't just... I can. Well then. Dirt pie. But no, I enjoy company and I enjoy spending time with friends. So, you know, even if it's not like my favorite activity, I still prefer it over nothing. So I'll show up sometimes, and I know Opti mentioned that there was like a movie night he wanted to do tonight. Was it tonight? I know they mentioned it, so I was gonna be at like 10 or something. And they said that Arabella was gonna be there. I was like, okay. I will see about showing up. We'll see. Okay, so now... It's still early. Opti mentioned... I think... Shit, I can't remember. They did give me a time, and I don't remember what time. Yeah, I might stop by it. My stream probably won't run that late tonight. These are all N, 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 N. So I could do K or N. These use K. These ones are all K deprived. So are these? I move it all over the place over here. God damn. Okay. Am I just gonna have to like wing this and just like go everywhere? I kinda wanna just start over because my crops like cycling is bad. I don't know though. I'm not worth meeting, trust. You've seen my streams. Jokes aside, though, I do appreciate you guys, as I always say. My self-deprecation aside. These are N, right? Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit like quiet because I'm trying to focus on remembering what I'm doing. I'm like, huh, N. Okay, and then I'll do these here. Okay. That's stuff. Ginger ale, I've never tried it, if I'm honest. I feel like maybe I have. There's always a chance I have. But I've never tried it to my memory. So I can't really give you an opinion. Oh, we got Canadians in the chat, eh? Pretty happy with leaving it as a 4x4 grid. It's not the most optimal farm. Like, there's definitely things I could do better, but actually I'm pretty happy that it's, you know, kind of cute. Let's see. So I got all these tree things being planted. I've got animals that need to be fed at some point. I've got my path that leads to technically nowhere. What? Why don't you want to be in America, Val?
You saying you got a problem with America?
I'm just kind of testing the waters to see what's out in this direction. I feel like I heard a monster, like, breathe. I'm kind of scared. I'm stuck on everything. I knew it. I know. I was just making jokes. Trust me, I don't really like it here either. Val, you remember I'm trans. I have all the reason to not want to be in America too. I have very many reasons to not want to be out here. Yeah, snow's melting. Things are getting better. I don't know. Do I just build a path going that way now? Kinda tempted. Yep. Politics make everything difficult. Holy shit, my legs hurt. We- My avatar does not match my face. You can't see it, but I'm in pain. Ooh, that was a stretch. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll break these first two, right? Then I'll put those there, make two of these. And then... Motherfucker. Yeah, unfortunately. I've met some really lovely Aussies, for instance, right? Like, I know some very nice Australian people in, again, in VR chat. And, unfortunately, despite how lovely they are, they do still hold negative beliefs towards trans people, as well as, like, you know, a lot of the standard Aussie humor. Which, you know, usually involves, like, edgy jokes and racism to a light degree, at least what we Americans would consider to be racism. So oftentimes you'll hear people get called a snowflake for, like, not enjoying that humor. It's unfortunate. It's like, it's just not that it offends me. It's more like I knew lots of people who make those jokes growing up, and I don't know, edgy humor lost its edge a long time ago for me. It's very bland. I mean, the whole point of edgy humor is just that, right? Where it's meant to be like jokes that people would be uncomfortable to find funny, or people might be too stuck up to acknowledge as funny, and it's funnier because people react negatively to it, right? So, like, you know, you say the N-word and like everyone will snap their head and be like, yo, you can't say that. And that's where the humor is for some people, right? Where it's like, oh, I can say it. Look, I just did. Like, ooh, words hurt your feelings. And it's like, I don't think that's the problem. That's not exactly the problem right now. Hmm. It's the air of immaturity as well as the subtle guise of like superiority. Like there is a superiority that comes from not being offended by things. For some people, I've noticed. You know what's weird is like the same type of people are the ones that usually take pride in things that are silly. So for me, what would be silly is taking pride in not feeling pain. Right? Like, oh, you think that's hot? This is nothing. And then pours like an entire bottle of hot sauce in their mouth. It's like, okay, cool. I'm glad you don't feel that way, but you know. I don't know. I think similarly, something that bothers me is like when people try too hard to do like the trauma Olympics. So basically, like, let's say you're talking about something that, you know, is bothering you right now, something that hurt your feelings, something that like lately has been on your mind, whatever. And then some jackass is gonna come up and be like, oh, that's not that big of a deal, you know, or they don't even say that. They're like, oh yeah, and then they try to tell a story that's worse than yours to kind of show like, yeah, I went through this too. It's like, yeah, you might have, but that's not the point of them telling it. It wasn't to, you know, hold something over other people. It was meant to be like expressing something and relating or hurting. I mean, a lot of my opinions are shaped by having an older brother that I find incredibly distasteful at times when he was younger, where he would do that. If you were in a car accident, he was hit by a car as a child and had all of his teeth knocked out. Like, but he doesn't present it in a way that's like, oh my god, I've been there. It was like, oh really, you think that's bad? Like, I've been through this. That's like, can you not? Can you just not? Please? It's a very macho thing. It's very much a macho, like, dude thing. Like, the more you can stomach and the more, like, harrowing your story, the better man you are. And anyone who's struggling or complaining is a lesser man. Hell, like, my dad's the kind of guy who'll call you a snowflake. That's the kind of person he is. And, during the peak of COVID, I was like, oh, I'm actually not rock climbing at the moment because he was asking me about it back when it started. He was like, why not? I was like, well, you know, COVID's going on and I'd rather not risk getting sick and getting people sick. He was like, ah, don't be such a snowflake. All right, buddy. It's superiority. There's a lot of superiority complexes out there, or just like in general, just the need to validate yourself. And you can tell too when it's like someone trying to relate to you versus someone just trying to one up your story. And it's so unfortunate. Mm-hmm. I try my damnedest to make sure, like, when someone tells me a story about something that they're going through or whatever, if I relate to it or I have a like similar experience, I make it very clear that, you know, I'm not going to try to like minimize their experience by making it about myself, but so much as just like expressing like I understand and it is hard and I do agree that what they're going through is difficult, rather than like look at how hard my life is. Mm-hmm. I don't know, like, Oni, you telling me about stuff that you are going through. Like, my first response isn't gonna be like, yeah, well, I went through this. It was just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And, like, you know, here's my experience and how it affected me. And I understand how it can be hard and how much pain you're going through up to a point. And I'm so sorry that you are dealing with it. Right? Like, it wasn't met with, like, fucking, oh, you know, I've been through worse. Motherfucker. I hate forests. Side note, I am almost 100% going to be mauled by a wolf or bear. And you know, one of the things I absolutely hate it when someone says this, and I don't mean this like I'm angry at you for saying it, I'm sad that you feel the need to say this, like, so not you specifically, but whenever someone's struggling and hurting, they usually will immediately start to downplay it by saying like, but other people have it worse than me, or this and that. And it's like trying to rationalize your problem and downplaying it. It's like, but what you're going through is just as valid as what they're going through. And yes, someone might have a more difficult life than you, but it doesn't change the fact that in relativity, what you're going through is a big deal, and it is shit. I mean, it's enforced guilt, right? Like, that's something our parents and our peers might say to us growing up. Like, reminding each other, like, oh, but you know, there's people who have it worse than you out there, right? Why are you complaining? It's a disgusting thing to do to another person. There are times and places to do that, right? There's times and places to remind someone that what they're complaining about is minuscule. If someone's biggest complaint of the day is that they're not able to get their coffee, you can empathize, or you can also just like remind them that they're throwing a hissy fit over coffee, right? I don't like that. Again, everything in moderation, everything has its time and place, like, but at the end of the day, there's no reason to fucking like shit on someone for struggling. Like, yeah, So what if their problem is minuscule? It's affecting them right now. It's bothering them right now. Have a little empathy and just let them deal for a little bit. Anyway, not the biggest, like, hot take of the century, but I just hate that people feel the need to, like, invalidate their own feelings. I heard that. Hmm. I wish that were less common in stereotypes of men. Unfortunately, that is a very common trope amongst men. Or more like, I wouldn't say conservative, but, you know, just people. Forgot to do something real quick. Let's go over here, go over to... Oops. I forgot to open up the dashboard in case I need to ban people if they show up. Okay. Yeah, no. Like, my ex's dad was a hippie. Very much, like, stoner, very friendly, loved talking to strangers, always had weed, a very easygoing dude, very easy to get along with. But he was also very willing to stand up and say something when something bothered him, so... People misunderstand just because someone's calm does not mean that they're a pushover. A lot, even me, like, right? Here's something? No. But you know what, though? At the end of the day, it's our job as a new generation of people to always out or outgrow our parents' mistakes, right? Like, yeah, my dad's not the nicest guy when it comes to a lot of these things, sure. However, the things that are wrong with him do not have to be the things that are wrong with me, right? And like, you know, I'm not very shy to say, like, I love my mother, but she did instill some problems in me. With like feeling like I really could talk about my problems. Um, I'll give you an example. Um, I'm 36. My mom came out to visit California once. And while she was here, she asked me something. She asked me, like, why I was so quiet when I was growing up. Because she was curious. I was like, oh, I mean, I never talked about it. I never told you this. Then I told her, I was like, I was bullied a lot in middle school. I just never said anything. And at first she was just like, really? And I was like, yeah. She's like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to make more problems. I didn't want to, like, really acknowledge that it was happening. Holy shit, what the fuck were those dance moves? He literally was pulling 360s. Like, what the fuck was that shit? Bro just danced in the air, did 3 spins, and then landed. The hell was this? Again, though, talking about it, my mother was very sweet to most people, and including me. But, like, her response to me being bullied when I told her was not one of concern for me. It turned very quickly into being about her. Why didn't I tell her? Is it because I don't trust her? Is it this? Is it that? Like, she didn't try to understand why I was hurting. She just wanted to know how it had to do with her. And how it made her feel. She didn't ask me more details about why I was bullied or what they bullied me for. It just was her angry at me for not telling her. I feel like that's the wrong emotion to bring. There can be confusion. Like, there can definitely be a layer of confusion where you're like, oh, like I wish, or I could have been there for you. I'm sorry that I wasn't, or that you didn't, or feel like you could talk to me. Like, is there a reason you felt like you couldn't talk to me about it? Like, ask. Don't just be angry. But that anger is why I didn't tell her about it. It's because I feel like she would have just been mad and, like, you know, it wouldn't have gone well. I don't think she's a bad woman or a bad person, whatever, like a bad mother. I just didn't feel like I could talk about it because I was scared. And so I didn't. And I don't mind that I didn't tell her, because ultimately I don't think she would have solved it. I wasn't expecting her to, so like, it just didn't have a reason. God damn, this is dense. There's a chance that some of it's self-directed, but the problem is that that self-directed anger, it becomes redirected. Because no matter how angry you are at yourself, no matter how much like you yourself are like processing and the guilt overcomes you, whatever it is, it should never be pointed at the person that you're, you know, engaging with. Like, time and place. Fuck, what do I want to do with this thing? Like, if I put myself in her shoes, and if a child that I'm like the parent of tells me they were being bullied, my response to them in that situation was like, oh my god, like, what happened? Tell me more. Do you want to tell me more? Um, was there a reason like you felt like you couldn't tell anyone about it? How bad did it get? Are you okay now? Like, these are all very important questions in my opinion. Like, confusion makes sense. Confusion is totally a valid emotion in a situation like that. But yeah, ultimately, it didn't feel like I was in a place or in a situation where I would be validated in talking about my feelings. So, what can you do? You know what? We're gonna wear it. I don't have all the ingredients to make that. Nope. I need to get more of those cattails. Yeah. The bullying ultimately just existed. I survived. Everything was okay. It wasn't like, you know, a super defining trait of my life. It was just something that happened, and I'm not angry about it. I don't blame anyone for it. Maybe the people who are doing it, but that's different. Anyway, that's all also to point out that that's one of the reasons why she will never know that I am trans. I will never in my life decide to tell her I feel. Same with my dad. I do not trust them, unfortunately, to be rational and, like, consider my feelings, because based on what I know about them and how they've already presented themselves when any kind of, like, bump, I would call it, occurs, is to either try to get away from the situation as best they can. So for instance, again, I think I've told this story, but my dad assumed I was gay once, right? Mind you, I did not show any of the stereotypical signs in 2007 or 8 that would indicate that I had a sexual preference at all. Like, I just existed because he was looking for stereotypes, right? Like, anytime in public we're out. Well, I need to clear my throat and drink something real quick. Yeah, no, I was not macho like my father. And, you know, my dad and everyone else that is basically a man in this household or family, they all behave the same way. They like guns, They like, well, they didn't like sports that much. They like racing and they like cars. And that was a big thing for all of them. And cool. It's not for me, but, you know, do you. Enjoy. And so, the situation would turn into, you know, I don't relate to these people. The most they knew about me was I like video games. And then one day in college, and again, to give you clear reason on what my dad kind of expected from someone who's gay, he expected people who have limp wrists, you know, the stereotype, like, oh my god, you're like so fabulous, like, oh my god, this is like one of my friends called this like the 2010 gay. And that's what people kind of expected when they found out someone was gay. They're like, oh my god, I could never tell. It's because, yeah, they just don't advertise it. Anyway, my dad, he saw some of my friends come over once. They're just these two dudes. They both like J-rock. They're both very stereotypical, like, musicians. Like, just chill, alt style. And because these guys were very different, he was like, So, like, and in further perspective, I went, or to go backwards more, this is 2008, back when gay marriage was becoming legalized in the States. I asked him how he felt about it because I knew he was very conservative. And he paused and he thought about it and he was like, well,
You know, I don't care what they do as long as they don't make it my problem.
and I said, oh, okay. I guess that's something. So, later on, when he met with these friends of mine, he approached me and he said,
Hey, look, I don't care what you do as long as you don't make it my problem.
like, bruh, tell me you're not gonna talk to me without talking to me, right? Like, it's insane. Like, what the fuck do you expect now? What kind of relationship do you have with another person if you can't even just, like, have a conversation? So yeah, that's a good indicator to me that if I ever did want to come out, he doesn't want to know. He's already told me flat out he does not want to know. So there's no point in me trying to ever, like, convince him or talk to him about these things because he's already told me once. Why the fuck would I, you know, create more work for myself and dealing with some... Motherfucker, you scared me. Boink. Oh, more of them. Oh well. It's like I said though. He made his stance clear. Cool. My mom, on the other hand, she has no reason to believe I'm gay because she's always known that I had girlfriends. And so in her eyes, well, not that I'm gay, but that I'm trans, I guess. But in her case, it would be gay. Like, worrying about that because me being trans probably isn't even on their radar. If it is, I'm shocked. But no, with her, with how she handled me being bullied, it's very clear to me that, like, if I ever did talk to her about it, like being trans, she would go, well, why are you telling me now? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Why didn't you tell me when you were younger that you felt like something was wrong? Maybe we could have helped you. Maybe we could have taken you to therapy, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, why did you do this to yourself? Is what I expect her to say. Mm-hmm. It's fair. It's just... It's what I expect. There are no rocks up here. I will get murdered though. There's probably a bear hiding in one of these bushes, ready to pounce on my unsuspecting booty cheeks. So, yeah. I don't know. I briefly talked about this with someone the other night where I was just like mentioning like, oh yeah, I am concerned with the fact that like if I ever do like visit family that they're gonna see that I have tits, and they're like, nah, they won't notice. And I was like, I mean, there's a chance. They're like, no, they're not gonna be looking for it, so they won't notice. And I'm like, you don't understand how some parents are. They're like looking for things to have changed. My mom, for instance, is always concerned that I'm not gaining enough weight. So she's looking at my body closely. And so it's like, maybe she won't notice boobs if I'm wearing a sports bra, but there's a chance. And if it happens, I'm kind of fucked. Because then, you know, the situation has to be addressed, and I don't want it to be addressed with her, or my dad, or my brother, or any of my family, because they're all a bunch of weirdos. They're all just very set in their ways. It just is what it is. It's okay. I don't need their support. I don't need anyone's approval for how I live my life, or how I take care of my body, right? Like, I am perfectly happy with just existing as I am. And sometimes it sucks, you know? There are aspects of it that do suck because, like, I do have a pronoun preference, obviously. And I struggle to tell people that. I struggle very much to tell anyone that I have a pronoun preference because internally I'm fighting with myself because I'd rather not make it your problem. And that's a really fucked up way to look at something, isn't it? Like considering something that you're going through or that your existence could be someone's problem. It shouldn't matter. But it does. Like, I've never met someone prior to coming out as trans who told me about something and I thought like, man, they're making this my problem. I'm just like, okay, that's how they exist as a person. Like, it doesn't change shit for me. Just treat them with respect. Fuck off. It's not hard. Okay, note to self. Running around looking for rocks while yapping, not the most productive. No one saw that. I'm breathing. I'm breathing. I wasn't breathing for a moment. I didn't get scared, you did. Honestly though, are you kind of surprised that I survived that? Because I fucking am. I thought for sure that was like, damn. I thought for sure I was gonna keep falling. I thought it wasn't over. I was like, well, これはジエンドブミー。間違えたね。本当に残念ですよ。でもいいんじゃない。別にいいんじゃない。Yeah, there's Pete here. Anyway, I survived, so that's what matters. Yeah, we haven't started it yet, Oni. I don't think Oni has this game. Oni comes from another, like, friends community, so there's a chance they don't have this game. Vintage Story. We're thinking about making a server. I keep talking about it. I haven't set up any, like, specifics. My legs are fucking dead. No. Yeah, no, I haven't, like, decided on any specifics for it. But I would like to set something up so people can have fun together. So that's a big, goal of mine. All that running around and I didn't find a single thing. No, that's understandable. No pressure on you if you decide that's what you'd rather do. Alright, Oak. Wait. Did I do that right? I don't remember what I was doing. Oh no, I know what I was doing. I did do it right. I did do it right. Okay, here, that works, that works. Because then I move these over into this barrel, and then I move, or I make more weak tannin in these two. I was about to say, why did my fucking torch go out? I mean, Oni's already shown they're very good at art. I've seen their drawings. They are very good. I am very jealous. How long have you been drawing, by the way? was trying to see if I could make it collapse, but it didn't. It's funny, I'm just using up all these rocks just because I decided to build paths to kill time. Oh, I see, I see. It's quite a long time. So damn, it's crazy how little health I have right now. I wonder what happened. Oh yeah. Alright, so now... Alright, I can do it this way. Okay, so I got strong tannin being made there. Yeah, I need to make weak 10. Emoji Angel. I mean, if there's ever a time that... Oh, water. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drink, drink, drink. Oh, let me take a sip. I think sitting down with the tutorial and forcing yourself to actually follow it, it's usually a really solid way to kind of like break habits and, you know, do something new. We are creatures of habit, are we not? Um... Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm constantly at war with myself. I've gotten myself into a very bad habit even, where I fucking check my phone while I'm laying in bed. That's a big no-no. Don't do this to yourself. Allowing yourself access to something like a phone while you're laying down is just bad. I'm not thinking about it. Okay, hello, kitty cat. I see. You're taking over? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, there's just so many things to keep track of and learn in life that it's a big reason why, you know, we do live with other humans, that we do seek out partners who complement us. Not like verbal compliments, but literal complimenting, right? Where, you know, I'm good at this, they're good at that. I mean, I'm sure some of you could do some amazing things that I could never. There's a rotten fish in there. Anyway, I look forward to the day that I have to explain myself to someone when it's not their business and it doesn't matter. Because that day exists. Like, if I speak like this, there's a chance that either someone will assume I'm gay and then be angry that they think I'm gay, or they will assume or figure out I'm trans and be angry that I'm trans. And it won't matter that I'm not pushing it on them, but you know, those kinds of people exist and they feel the need to speak up. One of my friends, Aussie friends, is like that, where he feels the need to butt into things quite often. He very much inserts himself, and it's very much like, ugh. See, that's a bad habit right there. You just described something terrible. You should not be able to access your computer from your pet. Are you insane? Hmm. Let's see. Anyway, I yap too much, but my point stands. Sometimes people suck. Sometimes life just suck, you know? And best thing you can do is find ways to make it work for you and be happy. Okie dokie. Also, if you gotta go, cutie, no worries. You know, it's a shitty thought that, like, someone referring to me as she, unprompted though, it does make me feel like a little happy and then also embarrassed because I'm like, you know, I feel bad because I immediately assume that the person's going out of their way for me. And I don't want them to, you know? Oh yeah, no, don't worry. If you do end up like wanting to focus on the movie with your friends though, like there is really no pressure. Don't worry, don't worry. Oops. Fuck it. Motherfucker. Okay, I'm gonna trim this down maybe. Yeah, I think cutting through this would be the smart thing to do. But I'm gonna go get more rocks. Hmm. Where's the path going? I have no idea. I'm basically just bisecting the map. Why? Because like, I don't know. Because this way if I ever decide I want to go like exploring, I have kind of a fast track. And it was just something to do, you know? I don't really take time to build infrastructure or actually like a home. So like, I should. You know, I've got all these animals and stuff and I've got all this like land in front of me. So I'm gonna like take some time to convert this into a farm plot. Figure out a way to make it look nice. If I were to do something like this, and then like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then like oh yeah. Just stuff to do. It's just stuff to do for the sake of doing it, you know? Because now if I do that, I can go like this, come out here, over here, and then grab some water, which I should have just done on my way there. Yeah, exactly. So watch, I'm gonna go like this, right? And then on the outside, I'm gonna have like a little thing. So I did read something interesting, which was like, I could use paths to stop myself from getting soaked. Does that sound right to you? Like I can waterlog the path is what I think I remember reading. I came over here to get rocks anyway, so. I don't know how waterlogging works exactly, but I'm gonna test it and see. Yo, where are the rocks at? Yeah, I can't just run around holding right click. Never mind. I'm stupid. I also do have to constantly remind myself to do vocal training because then, you know, it becomes more second nature. Unfortunately, though, I do have to maintain appearances in front of my family, so I will be switching back and forth. But there's a lot of time where I'm like really weak with it. And then there's times where I'm just like, I sound like shit, what's the point? It's so easy to get demotivated. It's so easy to be negative and just hate something. And it's just like, why am I doing that? Like, if I were talking to another trans girl, I would not be like, oh, your voice is shit, why are you practicing? I would absolutely, like, be supportive and, you know, listen to them and offer feedback if they ask for it. Fun fact, never offer feedback for anything unless someone asks you for it. Well, maybe not, like, literally, but you know what I mean? Yeah, well, I think you're doing great. I think you're pretty great, okay? How's that feel? Stinky. I have a warm cat in my lap, and I'm contemplating, do I push him off? Tempting. Very tempting. I did notice something on a join log where I was like, Well, my stomach's not the sore part of me. My stomach is not sore, so he's just making me warm for the sake of making me warm. Okay, so let's test something real quick. Make one of these. And one of these. Probably need two of those actually just to test it. Okay, so if I go like that and that, what happens when I go like this? Nah, it doesn't work the way I want it to. It's gotta be the slabs, yeah. No, I was just thinking if it was worth using a path in between the farms. It might look pretty. You're scared of your voice? What do you mean? Why are you scared of your voice? Do tell. Oni, I can't remember. But if I remember, you do identify he, him, right? Um, no, you're she, her? Okay, okay. I had you confused. Don't worry. So she, her. Um, I guess if you're comfortable answering, do you identify as trans or um anything specifically or no? Mm-hmm. I'm just asking to make sure I clarify the details that I'm unsure of. You also do not have to answer any of my questions. But if you don't, I'm gonna be so angry. Of course, I'm kidding. But yeah, only answer if you're comfortable with the questions. And if I do offend with my questions, obviously you may also feel free to stop me. Or we can also just have this conversation, like, privately. Because I'm curious about you. I want to learn about you, of course. Perfectly understandable. No worries. And apologies if bringing up the topic is uncomfortable. Like, yeah, you can always feel free to tell me that you don't want to talk about something. No, no, you're fine. I feel like a lot of services these past few nights have been very shaky. Like Steam was acting up pretty badly the other day. And then obviously VR chat was down too. Mm-mm-mm. Absolutely. Listen, I talk too much, so always feel free to tell me that something's not a topic that you want to cover, or just you don't have an interest in it. I ask for usual reasons, right? Like obviously just to have a frame of reference, and also just to kind of understand better where you're coming from and things like that. So that's usually my reasoning, but again, that doesn't justify asking uncomfortable questions, so again, I do apologize if ever it makes you uncomfy. Hmm. Yeah, this is my ADHD going. Because I've no real direction right now, so I'm just kind of doing whatever I feel like. Like making a new farm. Making a new farm. Fertilizers? Oh yeah, I should look into that. Bone meal, potash, saltpeter, compost. Wait, what? Huh. Bone meal and saltpeter are the easiest. Yeah, it's true. Almost done with the shovel, and then I'm gonna just start placing my O-rings of farmland again. Oops, that's clay. Okay, moving on. I jump in the one fucking hole. Of course I do. I think it's safe to plant my other crops now, the flax. I'm going to sneeze. Oh. Ow. That hurt. Um. Poop. My baskets are getting full of different vegetables again. I mean, I still have this one, you know? It's empty. I was just like, oh, yeah. I might install the stacking mod so it's not quite as insane, but then again, that might make it too easy. Ex- Okay, a lot of stuff in my inventory just doesn't need to be. I haven't installed the mod though, so who knows? I gotta get rid of this stuff. I wonder if I can get maple syrup. How's the bucket? Hello, Any Kitty, welcome back. What bucket? These? I got strong tannin and then 14 hours. Mother. God damn it. Wait, what did I miss about bucket? Did I miss something? Oh, sticking a bucket on my head. Why did you put a bucket on your head? Oh, the VR headset. Bucket. I get it now. I'm stupid. Shut up. I didn't misunderstand. You did. But yeah, I'll probably stay alive for at least like another hour before I decide to end stream. I'm trying to maintain like 3 hours minimum. Not for any reason specifically, actually, just because that's like a number that made sense to me. Like, okay, 3 hours. And then go from there. Hate that that happened. Fuck you. Absolutely go fuck yourself. Like, how dare you? Well, it just gives me like a minimum to strive for, right? Like, oh, I should try to be consistent. Okay, well, what does consistency look like to me? And then I was like, well, you know, setting a minimum time for a stream in my head would be a start. And that's where we are. I am glad that all water is considered like an infinite source, though. It does feel a little easy in some ways, because in like Minecraft you have to do the bare minimum, right? But it's honestly a welcome change, so... So how many spaces do I have to work with here? So it's 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4 is 24. 24 plus 10 is 34. So 34 farming land spaces per circle. If I do 34 crops per, I mean, that's not a bad thing. And then I can literally just rotate from one to the next. There's always going to be one straggler, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, I like that. What have you been working on lately, Val? What's your game been looking like? Has it been improving? Do you like the progress? Has your partner, I guess, taken over the reins of some of the creativity here? Hello, I wanted a new username. How are you doing today? I hope it's been good. I hope you've been enjoying yourself. It's been a lovely Merry Christmas, I'm sure. But I do ask, how was your Christmas? I'm gonna plant them. Fuck, I need a hoe. It's better wait until the daytime, I mean. It's okay, I'll wait until it's daytime. What's the worst that could happen? The day. Oh no. I'm really sorry to hear that it involved yelling at this, like, at all. It's really shit. Eh. My Christmas was very calm. I spent it by myself. I went to visit family in Arizona. It wasn't a great time. And then I decided to just do nothing today. So here I am, after doing mostly nothing today. It's been very uneventful, but that's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily a bad thing at all. But yeah, sorry to hear about the yelling. Um, when you say you wanted to hang out with your friend, does that mean they're just not available today? What's the problem? Or are they just busy? What be the haps? Also, I know nothing about Stranger Things, so I don't know what happened there. Mm-hmm. I hope he does, and I hope you guys get to have a fun time. Hold on a second. I'm gonna use the blurry cam for a sec. Look at him. Hmm? It's the baby. Isn't he so precious? Oh. Alright, baby boy, go over to your spot. Also, I hope that you and your friend can have fun, though. Hopefully everything goes good. Messages. Oh, your screenshot. Damn, that's a lot iron. It looks really good. Goddamn. I mean, that farm does look really good. Does the water moisture actually reach everything? Um, like if I were to put down blocks here, right? 1, 2, or whatever. Would that... Eh. I guess I could. I could technically make it into an 8. And that would reach the moisture levels, I think. Moisture's 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Everything's at 100. Antoretto. Mm-hmm. How's everything else been going for you, though? Um, I want a new... I want a new username. Your name is so long. I know who you are, but it's like, damn, that's a long name. I try to read people's usernames every time out of habit. Yeah, one of my mods used to call this her streamer. They'd be like, "Where's my streamer?" And she was talking about Momo. Um, it's been okay. Zytoro stopped by yesterday. They played Oswald Tinkerman in No Pixel, if you remember. And, yeah, we just talked about roleplay for a little bit. They were just friendly and, they keep telling me that I should go play on Prodigy. And maybe. I'm not gonna apply for it though. I'm not gonna spend money on it. I don't like paying for, like, what do you call those? The thingies. The, just whitelisting, there you go. But if I did do a character, it's like I would want to try to be like a woman, but I do feel like my voice does not lend itself well enough to that, so I would just feel a little awkward. Who the fuck? How dare you? Oh, I don't have a knife. I'll always say, I do miss RP, but at the same time, I don't miss some aspects of it. There's a reason why Vin Petrol didn't want to keep going in No Pixel. Everyone's some tough, hard-ass gangster. It's like, okay, this is fun. My cat is killing my arm, by the way. I need to get him off of my arm. I am not strong enough to hold you indefinitely. Okay, that's much better. Also, big thank you to everybody who's hanging out with me this Christmas right now. I know that, there's lots of stuff you could be doing, and I appreciate you for spending time with me. And I mean that. No. Mm-mm. We talked about it a bit briefly earlier, but I don't mind going over it. My dad is ultra conservative. My mom is very conservative too. My mom being Korean, so like Korean people as a general thing aren't exactly the biggest LGBT supporters. Not all Koreans, like the younger generation is much better. Older generation still don't like Japanese people and stuff like that. So like, there's a lot of stereotypes. And my mom doesn't mind gay people, but she would not be happy if she found out that I was anything identifying other than just a straight cis man. My dad, on the other hand, is a big don't ask, don't tell policier. He was in the military, so his understanding of everything is just his words verbatim when he thought I was gay. I don't care what you do, just don't make it my problem. So yeah, to avoid any unnecessary turbulence, I'm just not telling them. I will wear a compression bra, I will wear a sweater, I will do whatever it takes just to keep them all off of my back. You know? So yeah, there's that. Definitely not something I look forward to, but it is going to be a part of life, and that is okay. And if they do find out, I'll just deal with that as it comes, I'm sure some people out there too will hear this kind of thing and be like,
See, that's why you know it's wrong, though. You're not telling your family because you're afraid. Because you know it's weird.
no, exactly, and that's why I just don't tell them. Their opinion is not relevant, so I'm just gonna exist, and they can deal with it if they want to. And if it comes up, if they start to notice something's weird and different about me, we'll talk about it, but it's okay. What's in this one? Oh, rice. That's right. My love, you're so fucking heavy. Okie dokie. Enjoy time with your friend. I hope you guys have fun. Um, Make sure, track of time. Do your best to enjoy a voicing. Bye bye. Bitch, why? Scared the fuck out of me. Where are you? Are there multiple of you? There are. I hate being bothered and I'm doing nothing wrong. Like, bro, let me fucking farm. I don't want to build a giant wall around my farm just so I can do my job. I get it, you want me to leave. Activity is high. Assholes. Every one of them. I forgot I was hungry. Motherfucker, everything's going wrong. I know. Please be patient with me, game. There, stop. Okay, I need you to get off my lap, please. Okay, I love you. Okay. Come on, sweetie. Can you move? Alright, just checking this notification again. Look, I know you want to lay on my lap. Okay, I really do. However, you take up too much space right now. Fuck's sake, dude. I get it. I love you, okay? I love you, I love you, I love you. But... Can you go over there? I need my space. Please. Okay. I regain control of my lap. What am I doing? What am I going to do? I need to... check things that I have currently going. Okay, I have weak tannin, strong tannin, and preparing. I have no lime set, so I should start working on things. Oh, food. That's what I was doing earlier. Free, so... I don't know, let's see something real quick. Oh, god damn it. Okay, so... Is there a basic recipe for... I guess not. Ah. Maybe. Let me see. That was a weird noise. I think. I know I was planning on like streaming for the solid 3 hours or 2 hours and 30 minutes. I could stay strong for 30 more minutes. But I feel like I'm gonna take a break here. I'm gonna stop here before I push myself too far. Um, I want to say thank you again for lurking for me, for hanging out with me. I will try to be social tonight. So, um, otherwise, I'll see you guys again soon. And yeah, thanks so much for just being here for me. I'll see you all around.